Hi guys, welcome back to another video with the Real Lovely. And as you can see from the thumbnail and the title, in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a basic balloon column or tower as some people call it. So if you're new to this channel, welcome. Please go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, and let me know in the comments what you guys think about this video or what other type of videos you guys would like to see on my channel. So for my materials, I have my electric pump, I have my white and pink balloons. These are the only two color balloons I'll be using. For the topper, I'm either going to be using a 36-inch white or a 36-inch pink. For my column, I'm going to be using a Target lamp base. It's about 6 feet tall, so it's gonna take around 40 balloons. So some of you guys might want to use a balloon sizer. I normally just eyeball it. I try to inflate all my balloons to the same size, so if you can't really eyeball it, then I would suggest that you use a balloon sizer. If your balloons are not the same size, then your column will be out of shape. So that is why you need to make sure that your balloons are the same size. So when you inflate your balloons are gonna have a cone shape like this. You want to get rid of this shape and make sure that your balloons have a more round shape. So to get rid of this shape, even if you're making a balloon garland, any type of balloon arrangement, you normally don't want the balloons to have this shape. You normally want them to have a more round shape. So what you do is gently squeeze them in and let out some of the air so it gets a more round shape. So there you go. Now your balloon have a more round shape and it looks better. And go to the next one and make sure that your balloons are the same size. So here I have two same size balloons. They're about 8 inches, as I say, and then you tie them together. So there you have a more uniform shape for your column. So I'm gonna go ahead and do some more and let you guys see how it turned out. You see, you want all your balloons to be the same exact size for the column, and you will see why later on. Alright guys, so here I have my balloon column pole. This is the lamp pole from Target that I think it's around 5.5 feet or 6 feet. It don't look like 6 feet, but you could always add another pole to it if you buy more than one lamp to make it taller. But this is around 5.5 feet, and I'm gonna show you guys how I loaded up with balloons. So here I have my 2 pairs of clusters. I will be putting them together to make a cluster of 4, and I'm gonna be doing a spiral design with the balloons. Whenever I'm doing 2 colors, I like to put the colors right next to each other to make my cluster of 4. So now I have 2 pinks on top and the whites at the bottom. So here's my 2 clusters. I'll be putting it together like that and twist them to make my cluster. All I did was just twist them once, and now I have a cluster of 4. So I'm going to show you guys how I put it onto the pole. So let me do that one more time. So here I have my clusters. Remember, this is my little technique. When I'm doing 2 colors, I always put the colors next to each other to twist them. So here's one cluster and here's the other, and I'm just going to be putting this middle onto that middle like that. See, I just put them on top of each other, then I twist them, and now I have my 2 clusters together. Let me show you guys how I load that onto the pole. Okay, put my pole closer right here. So now that I have my cluster of 4, I just take 2 of them from 2 separate clusters and put onto my balloon and put onto the pole right there, and then I wrap it. And now you don't have the colors next to each other. You have pinks over here and white over here, and they're not directly next to each other. Some people twist them more than once, but I don't really see the need for that. I normally just twist them like this. And this is the reason why you want your balloons to be the same size, because if one was bigger, then one will be stretching out like this, and it will already be out of shape. So that's why you want to make sure that all your balloons are the same size. So I'm gonna do that until I'm finished with the pole all the way. Okay, so here I have my clusters again. I take them and twist them, and now I have my cluster of 4. So you don't really want your balloons next to each other whenever you put them onto the pole. So you take 2 of the clusters that's not the same colors. You take 2 of the balloons that's not the same color, and that's what you put onto the pole. You can either use these 2 or these 2, but not the same colors, because then you'll have to do a lot of twisting. What I like to do is just take 2 colors that's not the same, put them onto the pole like that, and you see that it already kind of have like a spiral shape, but it's not secured, so you'll have to twist it. You have to twist it, and then press down. So now you see a little spiral shape coming along. It's coming this way, so whites. So it's gonna be going around like that, kind of the look that you're going for. So take my 2 clusters again, wrap them. You have your cluster of 4. You take 2 balloons that's not the same color, put them onto your pole. Make sure that you squeeze down, because you do not want any space between them. And then you wrap. And if it looks like this, then all you have to do is just take your balloons and twist it. There you go. So first it was like this. You can move your balloons. You want to make sure that it's lining up with the other. So all you gotta do is just twist it, and see it falling in line. You squeeze down. Make sure that there's no space. There you go. Everything is looking fine and dandy. So I'm gonna repeat those steps until I'm finished. So take your 2. Another way to make sure that your balloons are lined up as soon as you put it onto your pole, I'm going to show you guys what I do. So same thing. Make sure that you have your 2 clusters, you put them together, make it a cluster of 4, then you put it onto your pole. When you put it onto your pole, then if your cluster looks like this when you put it onto the pole before you twist it, that means you're good. All you have to do is just switch these two balloons around. So this balloon will end up over here, and this balloon will end up over here where they need to be. So remember, just put it onto the pole. They're not in the correct spot. All you have to do is just twist it. And see, now it's lined up properly. You don't have to do any extra spinning and stuff. And the balloons in the back are always like automatically in the correct space most of the time. So there you go. Your column or cluster don't really have any much space. These little spaces are stuff that you can't really avoid, but I like to just make sure that you push down your balloons as much as you can to make sure it's, you know, forming out properly. So guys, here is the balloon column, and you guys can see some spaces, but don't worry about it because sometimes you just can't avoid those. But as long as your balloons are the same size, you shouldn't worry too much. It will all come together. So I'm just gonna put the topper on it. This is an 18-inch pink balloon. So here's my 18-inch. It has a little cone shape, and remember, you don't want that. So all you do is squeeze the end some to give it a round shape. There you go. Squeeze it in, and then there you go. So here it has some more round shape. Then you tie it. So normally I would take a 260 balloon and tie it at the end of my topper and then tie it onto there. But I'm gonna show you guys another way. If you don't have any 260 balloons, you can always use string. So I'm gonna be using a string today just to show you guys another way to do it. And you will do the 260 balloon the same exact way. But I know not everyone will have 260 balloons, so I'm giving you another alternative. So I'm tying my string onto the balloon. I give it 2 knots to make sure that it's secured. But there we go. You take both ends of your string, put it on top of the column, make sure that it's centered, and pull it down to kind of like secure it. Then I take both ends of my string under the first cluster on the top of the column right here, and just tie it. So I'm tying it around here. Just give it like 2 knots. So tie it and pull, just to make sure that it's secured. And cut the excess string off. Make sure that it's not visible. And there you go, you have a topper on your column. So this is how the balloon column looks. It went from a 5 feet to about 9-10 feet now. And the topper really makes a difference. And as you can see, some of my balloons aren't the same exact size. Like this one, see, it's pushing out. So that is an example. If you don't make your balloons the same exact size, then that will happen and it'll make it out of shape. So this is how you make a basic balloon column. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and also give this video a big thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye. Everything will be linked in the description box.